Alright everyone, this is going to be my Zentangle tile. I'm going to use this whole piece of paper, and this is just cardstock that I was able to pick up at Walmart. It's 110 pound paper, so it's a little bit thicker than computer paper. I wanted to use something that was more like these Zentangle tile papers. The Zentangle tile paper is kind of like a watercolor paper, and in some of my Zentangles I've actually used watercolor to add the details to them instead of using colored markers, but I've only got this cardstock today, so I'm going to use what I've got to make my design. So I'm going to start with mechanical pencil. You could use a regular pencil if you want to, but I just kind of prefer to use a mechanical pencil because as I'm working, it's easy. I don't have to go away to sharpen. I can just twist it up. So to get started with planning out your Zentangle, you want to set out the border. So on most of my Zentangles, I've used a square shape just to plan out my border. But because I have this really big piece of paper, I kind of want to plan out a more intricate border because I'm going to try and be working larger. So I'm going to start now just on my paper, and I'm going to draw a line to create a border. Going to kind of create a frame where I'm going to put my Zentangle. Alright, so this is my border. So on this one I've used a square, but on this larger one I've kind of used this wavy line going around. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plan the string. I'm going to put a string that touches my border so that I have a place to put my 4 different patterns. So on this Zentangle, I used a Z shape, a Z for Zentangle, so that I broke up my square tile into 4 sections for the 4 patterns that we're going to learn. So I'm going to get started deciding how I want to do my Z string for this Zentangle because I want to make a space for each one of these 4 patterns: the checkerboard, the tipple, the hollabah, and the knightsbridge. These are the 4 patterns that we're going to be working on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and draw a Z string, and I'm going to draw maybe with my finger first for practice because I'd prefer to not have to use the eraser. Or maybe I want to experiment with turning my paper and then planning my string because I want to have an interesting string to separate these 4 sections that I'm going to have for my 4 patterns. I kind of think I like the paper that held this way. Alright. So right now I'm just kind of drawing invisible lines with my finger, deciding how I want to do this Z shape for my string. So now I have 4 sections, and I'm still just working with the pencil. So what I'm going to do now that I've got my pencil all planned in, I have my border, I have my string, I have my 4 sections for my 4 patterns. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to decide which pattern I want to start with, and I'm going to teach you how to make the first pattern in the next video.